my name is Lori Manili. I'm with Brookfield Residential, and I'm not going to make everybody stand. I'm just standing because I'm short and want to make sure you can see me. So I'm the Senior Marketing Manager here at Kissing Tree, and my job is to be steward of the brand, of the KT brand. As you tour and walk around the communities, you'll pick up on the style. We're a very Texas community. We are not a national chain. This is our only, Brookfield's only 55 plus active adult community. And I hope you have an opportunity to meet some of our residents because they're really special. So welcome. And we have a panel of experts that I'm really excited to introduce you to, and I'm really excited to share with you what we have to show you. First we have Kathleen, and I have to, don't sleep. Okay, I'm running my laptop and talking at the same time. Okay. All right.
You can get in now.
All right, so you'll meet the panelists, and first we have Kathleen. Kathleen is a Vice President of Creative Design for Pacific Dimensions, and where she is responsible for creating PDI's color and design vision. She has been a part of PDI team for over 25 years, where she began in the tech department. And Kathleen has her bachelor's degree from California State University at Long Beach and is NCIDQ certified. Kathleen enjoys spending her free time with her family, outdoors, snowboarding, and hiking. I had the opportunity 10 years ago to work with Kathleen and Helen. I lived in California at the time. Please don't hold that against me. I know some of you Texas people. But I moved here from California about 6 years ago. So love it. Yeah.
Yes, she could.
Yes, yes, definitely. So yes, I had the pleasure of working with Kathleen and Helen for about 5 years for PDI, and the company is wonderful and they do beautiful models. Helen Retberg, to my left here, she is as Vice President with Pacific Dimensions. Helen leads PDI's business development and marketing teams, focusing on growth and identifying new opportunities. Originally joining PDI in 2010, Helen has played an integral role in the growth of PDI on a national level. Helen has over 25 years of experience in the home building and demonstrated history in the design and new home building sector. Helen also serves on the board of directors for HomeAid in Austin and is an advocate in the fight to end homelessness. In her spare time, Helen is a proud horse owner and can be found on the many trails in Sisterdale. So, and Helen actually resides in Bernie.
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and then to my left is Joanna Serpis. Joanna has been a designer here at Kissing Tree Design Studio for 4 years. If you are a lucky person to purchase one of our homes, like these two ladies here, you'll be meeting with Joanna in selecting your finishes. Joanna has worked with customers on over 200 homes in the community during this time. When customers purchase one of our to-be-built single-family homes, they come in and work with her on choosing their interior selections. Let me advance that. Interior selections and finishes. Joanna also works on a lot of our quick move-in homes, selecting the interior finishes for those homes. Her favorite part is seeing the final product come together into a beautiful home. So welcome everybody, and welcome our panelists. Okay, so starting off, welcome folks. Starting off, I'm gonna ask a question to Helen here. Can she share, would you be able to share with us your thoughts on creating a vision board for buyers' new homes?
Okay, so all of the models that we design always start with what we call a vision board, a vision of the color scheme that we're going to put in that home, as well as the furniture direction, general concepts, general visions of the mood and the feel for that home. So that's how we start, and it helps us to keep on track through the process of the models so that we don't kind of wander into different colors, different furniture, or anything like that. So what we always suggest to people when they start the exciting design journey is put together a vision board. It can be Pinterest, or it can be, you know, just on your internet where you can just clip images and put them into a presentation. It can be a whiteboard where you're literally just cutting from magazines and sticking it onto your vision board in your office and your home space. But, you know, when you start the vision board, be bold, be courageous, just go out there, you have a dream to build this home, and be bold in the colours and all your selections. This is one that I quickly put together. So kind of just a collection of things that you like, things that you maybe see in other homes or in magazines or anywhere, and just build this vision board and have fun with it. It's such a fun journey, and be bold, dream big. I mean, you can always scale it back as you go along the process, but this is where the fun begins.
This would be great for our new buyers to share with our KT Design Studio. That way they get an idea of what your tastes are, what your style is, what your colors are, and it really helps. So we're going to talk about elements of design. Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, can you explain the elements of design and how homeowners can utilize these in the design of their new home?
Sure. There's a lot of elements of design that you really don't need to like stress yourself out over. I mean, there's a color, line, form, texture, so many. But I mean, at first I would say color, and as Helen represented on the vision board, throwing the colors that you want to incorporate into your home keeps you on track and keeps you with a more cohesive color palette. So, you know, obviously there can be multiple colors, but it just kind of keeps you dialed in and reminds you back what your goal is. Again, some of these photos, you know, it doesn't have to be everything in the house. It could just be, you know, your artwork could have your pop of color. Space would be another one that is really important, thinking about how you want to live in that house, how you want it to work for you, where you're putting your furniture, measuring those spaces before you purchase furniture. And then also thinking about your negative and positive space. Positive being the actual furniture pieces, your fixtures, and then having enough negative space for your eye to travel the room. You know, not being too cluttered, just giving you that visual of the space. And then another one would be adding texture into your home, and that could come in so many different ways. We've got, you know, like wall paneling here, could be wallpaper. This room, actually, as I'm sitting here, it has, you know, we've got tile on the wall and stone and wood, and it all just kind of works together to give you that texture and warmth that you're looking for in a home.
This is a great photo of showing different shapes and textures and detail. Yeah.
And one of the, I guess looking at this, one of the easiest ways and most inexpensive is throw pillows and bedding to add texture. I mean, if you get tired of it, it's not a large investment.
Yep. And then here it shows the positive and negative contrasting colors. This is actually one of our models in our cottage product line. It is the Trevino home. And then that is the primary bedroom in the same home. So you can see how they carry through the color and different finishes. So we're going to talk about emerging interior trends. And I have another question for Kathleen. What are emerging interior trends are you seeing currently that has surprised you?
One of the big trends that's been coming out for a little while now, they're calling quiet luxury, and I'll just read the description because I'll probably mess it up. But it's basically described as a lifestyle characterized by understated elegance and refined consumption, emphasizing a discerning taste without overt displays of wealth. I think for so long there was this more and more and more, and people are tired of that, and they want, kind of think of it as the less is more, quality over quantity, quieter space to come home to and feel relaxed. Just to decompress instead of come home and feel stressed out. So that's a big one that's been kind of playing out. Along with that, or again, with kind of the change of everything was so contemporary for so long, we're seeing a return to a little more traditional, transitional styling. Warmer colors coming back. I mean, it's not to say, even if you have a gray house, you could just add some warmth to it, maybe a camel or a taupe to warm it up. But I just think it's kind of circling back. You're seeing warmer wood finishes again.
Yeah, I love the wood paneling in these photos. It's really,
I
really
just think
pretty.
people are, and it's like create a mix, because obviously you're not just going to get rid of everything that you have, so you can just kind of bringing in some warmth.
One trend that we're seeing is called Grand Millennial. And when I saw the photos of this trend, it reminds me of what I was really partial to about 25, 30 years ago, that country French kind of look, if that rings some bells. But it is a great mixture of patterns in a tasteful way and more traditional chairs. Also, this dining room here with the wallpapering and the wall covering, excuse me, and the more traditional lines of the chairs. So this is coming back. It's actually really popular with younger generations now too. They're appreciating this look. All right, so we're going to go to Helen, and in our homes here at Kissing Tree, we have flex rooms. You can use them how you would like to and what your lifestyle dictates. And many of you could have secondary bedrooms. So Helen, what would you recommend they do to utilize these flex rooms and secondary bedrooms?
So kind of starting with the COVID era, we just saw a lot of home offices come into spare rooms, into flex spaces and things like that. And then there seemed to be this change of people wanting to add more of a function into the secondary bedrooms or into the flex spaces. And really it reflects what your lifestyle is. It reflects your hobbies, the things that you're interested in. So what we're seeing a lot of is secondary bedrooms being craft rooms, they are being home offices obviously, maybe a space for grandkids when they come. What we're seeing a lot of is multifunctional bedroom spaces. So you can have a home office in there, but you can also have a Murphy bed that comes down when you have guests to stay. So it's nothing permanent, but they're starting to look a lot better, right, than the old ones. So really it's kind of when you think about buying a house and you think about turning it into your home, it's like, what do you want to see? I mean, across the board, we see secondary spaces that are done with beautiful wallpaper. They're very warm, they're very relaxing, they're really reading spaces. So we're seeing it across the board, but there's some really, really fun things to see out there, and really, it's just a reflection of your lifestyle and what you want and how you want to function those spaces.
This is actually one of our cottage models as well on the right, where we designed one of the secondary bedrooms for grandkids to come visit. And that one up on the left corner. And then this would be a custom Murphy bed. It's not something that we sell here, but it's a beautiful detail. So closets and pantries. Sometimes you want to customize them a little bit, maximize the space. So Joanna, do we offer options for closets and pantries in our design studio?
Yes, so if you come in and meet with me, I'll show you your options, but all of our master closets have 3 preset options that you can choose from. We also have some pantry options depending on your floor plan. And
that's an amazing pantry. I love that.
Yes.
Yes.
That's one of our nice big pantries with an upgrade in it. So this is something that customers are often pleased to find out that we offer. And a lot of them will select it, at least in the master closet, and this gives them organization as soon as they move in. And then the same company, it's called More Space Place, they can come in after you close and do things like the Murphy bed that she was talking about.
And we do have a picture of a Murphy bed that is offered. I don't know why it's giving me that message, but I don't know how to close it. Do you know how to close it, Ed? Pardon me?
The remote.
Yes.
Just click over twice to the right, or once, maybe to deny who's ever trying to do something. So,
Oh, and click.
Yep.
Oh,
And
that did.
one more time.
Okay. Thank goodness for technology. Yes. Thank you, Eddie. Yes, so the Murphy beds, if that's something that you want to add to one of your secondary rooms, we can do that when you're doing your design, or you can do it aftermarket after you move in. And the More Space
Place.
Place. Yes, that's a tongue twister. All right. Kathleen, when you design models for buyers to tour, what would be some tips utilized by the designers in making the home feel brighter and welcoming?
First of all, we always, when we're working on models, think about the lighting. I mean, our job is to make your home shine, so we never want anyone to walk in and think, this house is so dark. So I would say lighting, and it can come in so many ways. Chandeliers, adding some art lights maybe in a hallway, ceiling fixtures, it's a good picture with the recessed can lighting, and also taking in your account for your natural lighting as well. We kind of like to think of it as the jewelry for your home, your light fixtures, adding maybe a pendant over your kitchen island, a chandelier in a bedroom, could even be ceiling fans nowadays have really attractive light kits. They're not like the old days where there's like the little tulips dangling from all of them.
Yeah, this one here has the recessed lighting in the ceiling, chandelier, and then the bedside lights. So all those, in addition to the natural light, helps to brighten it.
And then also, aside from the lighting, thinking about contrast and color to again give you that. This is a nice contrast here with the natural light. Maybe painting a wall a little darker, but the rest of your house is your lighter wall paint color. Just giving that balance. And then, you have a dark wall, but then they've got some light artwork on top of it to give that contrast. Another easy way just to even start the contrast is just, your wall paint can be one color and maybe your trim and your ceilings are a lighter color, which probably everyone's seen, but a newer flip on that is people are going lighter on the walls, maybe just a white, and then painting your face molding and your door trim and your doors a little bit darker, kind of the flip on that.
Speaking of lighting, and I'm not sure if that's in the design studio, do they meet with you to add lighting if they wanted to add that?
Yeah, so we'll have some options. Everyone has to choose a combo pack kind of for their bathroom and foyer. So they'll choose one of those that they want, and then some of our floor plans have pendants over the island, so they would choose which pendant they want with me. And then we do have a couple of other lights like chandeliers that we could add.
This is actually a photo from one of our homes before the homeowner moved in, where you can see different elements of lighting here. We have the under cabinet lighting, you have the recess lighting, and then the pendant lighting, in addition to the natural light coming through the windows. So all of that makes for a very bright. And then there's a picture of one of the homes you designed, right?
That's out in Arizona. Again, just the natural light, just giving that contrast, and then it just kind of keeps your eye moving too. Wall treatments can also give you that contrast. There's some kind of
Paneling.
wall paneling on those back walls. There's some kind of TNG shiplap in that coffer, even some recessed lighting in that coffer as well. Just kind of continuing to add.
Some of our homes offer optional tray ceilings. So when you're selecting a home to be built, you can do an option for a tray ceiling like what you see here. The paneling and the perimeter lighting of that would be something that you would add aftermarket.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Oh, and I should have mentioned we will have questions and answers at the end. But please go ahead.
I am behind the times. Where is the trend on wallpaper?
It's back in.
Back in? I've always loved
Yeah.
wallpaper, but I know
It's,
taboo.
yeah, it's for sure back in.
I love it, yeah. Sure. Okay, cabinets. Joanna, in the Kissing Tree Design Studio, what are the most popular cabinets finishes selected?
Yes, so we have a newer cabinet vendor and they offer some really nice stains. So I have seen the trend lean a little bit more that way, but overall the white painted still is the most popular.
This is a great shot too because you can see we did a split finish. This is one of our homes and did the gray on the island and the white on the upper cabinets. This was actually one of our Champlain, yes.
Yeah.
So they
One on the
added, yeah, you can describe that one, yeah.
So the one on the left is our Champlain, and they added the dry bar with fridge down below. They added glass with me, and then they did a smooth wrap on the island with an accent color. I believe that's a stain.
And that's a picture of the cooktop in the back.
Yeah, so I can't remember which floor plan this is, but they opted to add their backsplash tile above the cabinets as well, which we can do in, I think, all of our floor plans. That works.
Oh, up to the ceiling,
Up
yes.
to the ceiling,
Yes,
yes.
that's beautiful. Here's some of our stained,
Yes,
yeah.
that's the driftwood stain.
Driftwood, okay.
And we have two wood species right now. That's the knotty alder. It tends to be more popular right now. You will have the knots in it that, some of them are kind of deep. I like the character. Our other option is hickory. It's not going to have as much detail on the knots, but this just has more of an even appearance overall.
Again, these are photos of some of our homes here. That primary bath is stunning. I love that. And they took the tile to the ceiling on that as well. This is actually photos from our new 40-foot product, which is a smaller footprint on a smaller lot. We're building these in our new Sabine community, which if you took our shuttle tour, they pointed out where those are being built. And this would be our espresso finish.
I think it's called Cafe.
Cafe.
Don't quote me on that because
Okay.
Erica's more in charge of these than I am.
Okay. Flooring. So what is the most popular in flooring, would you say? Is it tile or engineered hardwood, or are people still putting carpet in their homes?
So every once in a while I get someone that wants carpet. The most common place is in the master closet if they do want carpet because they just want something cozy in there.
Yeah.
But overall they go for like the lower allergen, harder floors. We offer the wood look tile and the engineered hardwood.
Now this is actually wood look tile. It's one of our models in, again, a cottage model. And so this was actually wood look tile.
Yeah, so the tile has a perk of you can use it everywhere in the house. So if you just want the same look throughout, it would be a wood look tile because we can't put the engineered hardwood in your bathrooms or utility room. But the engineered hardwood has that nice natural look. So it actually tends to be probably just a little bit more popular than the tile.
And that's what we see here is one of our engineered
Yeah, that's
hardwoods.
engineered.
And then this again is the Champlain model, again hardwood.
Engineered.
Yeah, yep. Kathleen, what are a few of the most popular colors you are seeing in interiors today?
Jewel tones is definitely having its moment right now. It's a good example of just kind of bringing in the richer colors, mostly in accents, maybe even a chair. I'm not talking about like your whole sofa. It's not like you couldn't do it, but the jewel tones are definitely really popular right now. Neutrals are still very popular. They're never going to go away. But again, they're just going a little bit warmer with the chocolates and coppers and maybe some rust mixed in. That's a good one with the jewel tone on the back wall.
That's a really strong green, but it's beautiful. It
I
looks
feel
really
like it
good
looks
with
a
the
little
white.
brighter in the photo, from,
Yeah.
like real life.
Yeah, yeah.
Like with the quiet luxury trend emerging, again, it's that quieter, more monochromatic tonal. Again, still bringing in the warmth though.
Here's a beautiful bedroom with soft blue-green colors. So yeah, blue and green seem to be
Yeah.
popular.
I mean, at the end of the day, no color is wrong. It's your house and you have to live with it and you have to love it. So
Yeah, I agree. Here we are,
yeah,
the more
kind of
neutrals.
Quieter neutrals,
Yeah.
but again, like the warmth of the kind of silky fabric.
A little more brown tones coming. Mm-hmm.
Everyone got a little grayed out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Yeah, bring that warmth back. And I love this palette here with the rust tones along with the green, and
Kind of circles back to the vision board where you're just kind of keeping those colors to remind you like what your end goal is.
yeah. So many of you, you may have lived in your home for 30 or 40 years and you're downsizing, upsizing, making a change in your life, but you have treasure pieces that you want to hold on to and incorporate them into a new space. So Helen, how can buyers incorporate these older treasure pieces into these new places?
So it was kind of like Kathleen touched on earlier, you know, we're starting to see a lot more traditional, transitional design coming in, and by the time you get to our age, not you, Joanna, but you know, we all have one or two treasure pieces that are either heirlooms or they're hand-me-downs or they're antique finds, but you know, it's something that you want to take with you. It's not, design is not everything matching, right? So you're going to have one or two pieces that you sort of bring with you, and it's kind of, how do you highlight that? How do you make it a focal point? Well, obviously a lot of the, you know, the heirloom pieces are a lot more detailed, so we try and keep the accessories minimal, keep the clutter down, put something behind it that's going to contrast, whether it's a T&G wall, whether it's an accent paint, definitely whether it's a wallpaper. But you're kind of just making a canvas for that one, you know, piece that you have that will bring it, tie it into your new home and be something special that you've brought with you along the way. So we love to see that. We love to always look for those treasure pieces and show people how they can actually help make them fit into their home. So it's a focal point and the contrast and the old and the new. Beautiful thing to do.
And you'll notice that wallpaper there. I love that wallpaper with the vanity. And here we have a chest utilized in maybe a grandchildren's bedroom. So definitely. So we want to make our homes our happy place. So Kathleen, how can homeowners create their happy place in their new homes?
I mean, like Helen mentioned before, you know, definitely think about your lifestyle. It's your home and you want to, you know, bring what makes you happy into your home. These are some great ways to add your personality to a home. Maybe it's adding some paneling or a DIY wall treatment, just giving that custom feel. So when, you know, you have, whether yourself or people come into your home, you're expressing your personality. And then also just thinking about, you know, what, are you a reader? Are you techie? Are you artistic? Maybe your flex room is dedicated to your art craft and, you know, just really bringing in, if you're a reader, maybe you're dedicating a chair or space, a room to your reading, or with the, like we were saying, with desks in guest rooms or offices, just making sure that what is important to you, you're planning the space for, so that you're not missing that once you move in.
Yeah. I love these pictures of Art Studio. We have a lot of artists here at Kissing Tree. We have a beautiful art wall in Independence Hall, if you didn't notice it when you came in, where they display their art. They change it several times a year, and they have a theme to it, so some really talented people. We also have an art studio on campus down at Grand Central. And some of you may be in a session down at the art studio that we're utilizing for our sessions. That you can see where our residents can do different art crafts projects. Yeah. Did you want to just? This would be maybe
Again,
like a
kinda
reading.
nook, or
Yeah.
just having a space where you could curl up and read your books, something
Yeah.
cozy and comfortable.
Some of us need a quiet space. So, especially with all that you do at Kissing Trey, you're going to be pretty active. So,
Maybe you're dedicating it. If you're a big entertainer, you have a game space that could even. We've done that in flex rooms and models before, whether it be poker or just a high table where you could play cards or just
Yeah.
board games.
So I wanted to mention that Joanna brought some samples in from our design studio. We have some cabinet samples. We have some flooring samples. What else? You brought some
I
tile?
got a couple of countertops and some tiles.
Yeah.
Just
So we'll have time.
very small sampling.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll have time if you want to take a look at some of those. And we're open for questions. If you have any questions, maybe, yes.
Your hardwood floors that you were talking about,
Yes.
are they drought resistant for pets?
So
Scratch resistant wood floors for pets.
So I would say not specifically, but those who do have pets, especially like a larger dog, you worry about the claw marks in the softer wood. So if a customer wants wood, I recommend something that already has like a brushed texture to it and a harder wood like oak or hickory or pecan.
Go ahead.
Follow up on that question, that's exactly what we're thinking. The new engineered wood, is that an option here to have the, what do you call it, LP?
Luxury
LVP.
vinyl tile.
Yes, yes.
We don't have any vinyl, but we have, if you're not feeling like you want to go the hardwood route, then it would be the wood look tile.
Yeah, okay.
And they have some beautiful finishes that look really good.
We have
so,
some that look like real wood.
That's
Yes.
Yes.
Everything over here, would that be considered your standard?
No, for standards, I would recommend getting with a new home counselor, and they'll be able to take you over to our design studio at some point. They'll make an appointment with you, and they
These
can
all
show you.
upgrades?
Yes. Yes, I didn't bring anything standard with me.
Any other questions?
I just have a
Yes.
comment.
Yes.
Some time ago was my first trip to KT, and I loved it. It just was not the time in my life to do anything, but it's always been on my mind, and I really want to compliment you because the ways that you had decorated and the quality of the material that you used stuck with me for so long. And so just a couple of months ago, my son and I were talking about it, and he said, "You ready to go back and take a look?" And I said, "I think I am." Well, 2 weeks later, I was in contract after looking at your models, and I saw one that I really liked that was already built out, but brand new.
Yes.
And I thought, golly, I think we could do something with this.
Oh, that's
So
great.
it was just a plain canvas, lovely the way it is, and I would just bring in my furnishings. But what I was wondering is, could I have one of you come in and look and see what I have and the placement of it? My treasured pieces are family photos. And where I come from, lots of wall space, not as much here, but I'm gonna have to pick and choose an area for those photos. They've got to be there. Do you do that with your clients and customers?
So we don't usually have time to do that in addition to having all of our appointments, but I could probably find a recommendation for you if you'd like to find a
And we
local
do
designer.
have a lot of local designers that live here. that, you know, there's so many resources here. There is, if you're on social media, they do have lists of recommendations of different people, businesses that work with Kissing Tree residents.
Yeah, so if you have Kissing Tree Facebook page, I don't know if that's what you're referring to or not, but
Well, we have a Kissing Tree Facebook page that is that marketing puts out, and then I think there's a public one too as well.
See me, I can show you those photos.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in contact with you too.
Okay, well, I was very, very impressed, and that same week, I made an offer, and I closed next month. So it happened, all that.
What did you buy?
One of the villas.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
So it was a quick move in.
Yes.
So when are you moving in?
The middle, just after Easter.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Wow, exciting.
I'm very, very.
Is it a single story?
No, actually, I was looking for a single story. This one has a loft.
Great.
And so my son calls it the man cave.
Yes.
But it's a 1,600 square foot, and that's plenty for me.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm really quite excited.
Do you have visitors that come? Well, you said your son or your grandson?
My son and his wife live in Dripping Springs,
Oh, good.
and that's one of the reasons that.
They wanted you to be close. Yeah.
But I love the area, I love your activities, and that was another big reason for moving here. The activities, I just needed more of it.
Right.
And so instead of being a tennis player, I think I'm gonna be a pickleballer.
Yeah. Have you ever played pickleball?
I played at it, but I wanna get better.
Oh, good.
So,
Are you going to come tomorrow to play pickleball?
I'm gonna watch.
Okay.
I wouldn't be a
Well,
good partner for anybody.
no, they would. They'll have instruction.
Really?
So if you've never played pickleball, tomorrow's our day of play if you're not signed up for it. And so today is all about learning and hearing from realtors and hearing from designers and hearing from finance people. So we have a lot of great panels today, but tomorrow is our play day. And so that's where you get to enjoy all the activities. And if the rain had to pick a day, today was better. So tomorrow is going to be sunny or partially sunny, but it's going to be dry. So we'll have pickleball, we'll have bocce ball. I think the rain has drained off the bocce ball courts. We'll have ping pong, there's darts in the Grand Central, art classes, all kinds of activities. So you can be as busy as you want at Kissing Tree or not. You know, you don't have to participate in everything, but you'll never be bored. I promise you.
You want a day off once in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I do want to recommend, if you are interested in hearing about activities, we have a great panel at 4 o'clock, and it will be here in Independence Hall. It's led by Kevin Wilson, and Kevin Wilson is kind of a rock star here. He is our lifestyle director, and he keeps it going. He's amazing, he's energetic, and people love him. So if you can come at 4, if you didn't sign up for it today.
Is it called Excitement Stars here?
Yes, yes. So I'm glad you'll be able to see that. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Is there an option to have electric range versus gas?
that's something you would have to do after closing. We've had a few customers switch it after closing, so it is possible, but it's not something that you would do with us.
Anything else? Well, I appreciate you all coming.